What's going on, guys? It's Nick, and I just wanted to show you a quick video of a few sticks that I strung. One I sold, the Blade Pro, as you see. I did a video straight on that, but I wanted to show this for purposes of people have been asking me differences between the pockets that I string as far as low whip to high whip, and they're just the three different essentially pockets that I string. These are the three primarily ones that I do, although sometimes I do get requests for like a P34 setup with 2 U's and 2 straights. I mean 2 U's and 2 nylons, but for the most part, this is what you're gonna get. There's the DMG 1 pocket, which is in the Blade Pro you see on the bottom. The Stallion I just strung up. That's a DMG 2. That features 2 straights, 5 DU, and a nylon above it. And then my Surgeon in the back features a 3 DU, 5 DU, 1 straight, and 1 nylon. So the one in the back, well, I would say on a whip scale and a hold scale, that would probably have like a 7.7 in the middle. Probably has like about a 5 to 6 hold, medium hold, low whip. And this one has probably like a balance of hold. The Blade Pro has a balance of hold to balance of whip with the 3 straights, so it's going to have a really smooth release. The Stallion is going to have a smooth release as well, but it's also going to give you a little whip added with that 5 DU. And the Surgeon in the back is going to give you the most hold and the most whip for your pocket. As you can see, this is what DMG SS mesh looks like when it's broken in. You guys have seen my Surgeon a bunch of times in videos. So this is year-old mesh. It still has the wax on it, believe it or not. And the pocket is a mid to mid-low shifty pocket. And yeah, so that's that. The Surgeon, Stallion. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said Surgeon. Stallion. Stallion I strung up just today. It's actually a kind of funny, kind of weird story. Customer name Ryan. Yeah, Ryan from, where is he from? I get mixed up on names all the time. Ryan from Merida, Georgia. Merida, Georgia. Ryan from Merida, Georgia. Anyway, he's a rising sophomore. You might have seen him in the next upcoming Inside Lacrosse magazine as the rising sophomore list. Maybe for next year you might see it in the magazine, but he's going to be listed in there. Probably as a top junior, rising junior, something like that. He's going to be going to the Nike Blue Chip camp, and he said to me a couple weeks ago, I got ahead, and he said he had some friends try to string it, and he was unhappy with it, and he just wanted something different, more towards like Kyle Harrison sticks. But I had told him that Kyle Harrison, since he uses 2 U's and a nylon, that sometimes it can be, it can have good hold and a snappy release, so it would put the whip factor up pretty high. Since he asked for low whip, I only put the 5 DU in. I was going to throw a 3 in, but that would just increase more hold. The nylon essentially is just there for kind of aesthetic purposes, but it does have a use so that when it does release off that 3rd shooter, you can feel it a little bit, and it will not flick off the top like most heads do. And obviously you know what this is because I showed this to you yesterday. I showed you the channel and all that stuff, but I didn't show anybody this yet. So I'll just take this aside. Came out to be a really nice pocket. Basically what I did is my kind of new top string that I like to do. It's probably, it's been used before, but I like to use it. It's a new DMG top string. It's a double wraparound style, just going into the middle. So kind of like the pie top string, or the whatever you want to call it. It's on a newer, I think it's a brand new head. It looks brand new to me. Anyways, came out great. What I did is I use a top hole for the string, I'll just show you the pocket first. Just do a little shoot around. Give you a channel shot. Looks great. Looks perfect. Just the way you wanted it. Strung it up. First hole, I used the triangle top strings. Second hole, I started it's the first square hole on these Stallion heads. So you start there, wrap around, get it secure, and then you're gonna skip that next big square hole, and you're gonna SI it to that. So it's almost essentially like skipping 2 holes on a clutch. If it was on like a Proton Power or another head with not that many holes, like an Evo, it would just be just using the next hole down. So there's an SI there. Skipped a hole. I did an interlock. Skipped 2 holes. That's a love knot, a regular overhand knot. Then I did an SI right under it just to finish the channel. I did a 2, skipping a 1 hole. Did another 2, skipping a hole. Then did a wraparound tie off in the back, so it goes right down to the bottom string. I knotted it at the bottom string, brought it back up, and did. I knotted it at the bottom sidewall. Excuse me, I knotted it at the bottom string. Excuse me, I'm bad with words today. And I brought it up through, so it creates that nice mid pocket, and just did a crisscross pattern. Originally he had an idea for like a Rabel bottom string, but this is going to be a little bit more consistent and hold the pocket a little better. Well, I find with shooters as bottom strings, they look good for like just messing around sticks, but he's going to be taking this to the camp, so I wanted this to be really good as far as what he wanted, some of the inputs that I put in, and some of the feedback that he gave me as well. And he just kind of gave me full swing, full light, whatever you want to call it, just to do whatever, just to make sure that it's right. And I threw a little bit with it on the net out back, and it throws really great. A few more shots of it. It's a pocket. It's a pretty channeled pocket. I like it. It looks really cool. As you guys know with the Stallion heads, they're almost shaped like clutches. The pinch starts gradually. It's a very gradual head, very pinpointed. And with the C-channel technology, it helps out a lot when you're doing like SIs and stuff, especially overhand knots, because it creates them right on the top there, and it doesn't like snag in the way. It doesn't get the mesh like snagged to the side like most other sticks would, so you're able to get really good pockets out of these heads. I know they feature this technology in the Hammer U, the Defenseman head, and a couple other ones as well. So this is the Stallion. Going to be sending that one back out to Ryan tomorrow. So I'm just going to put that back in place. The Blade Pro is currently just sitting on the imaginary glow-in-the-dark shaft that I picked up not too long ago. You might not see it in this video, but it's on the, what do they call that, the Brian glow-in-the-dark disappearing shaft? No, I'm just joking with you. Bad joke. So yeah, those are the 3 heads. So if you want to order a head and have it strung, you can order the DMG Type 1, Type 2, or Type 3 pocket, and that's how it will be. It'll go from lowest whip to lowest hold, to mid, and then to like high. That's what I use on the back. The one in the back allows me to do sidearm shots, overhand fakes, all kinds of stick tricks. It gets kind of like a baggy pocket somewhat, but it's still able to function really good and has a good snap out of it. The middle stick is going to allow you to do just the same once it's broken even more than the Blade Pro. I think I said it was like a Fogo pocket, but essentially it is a Fogo pocket, but you can use it for attack, midfield, even if you don't face off, you can still use a head because it is a versatile all-around, two-way head. So The only thing else I got to show you guys is the mesh. I got a stack here of DMG mesh. This one's going out to Logan. This is just one piece that I have of his order. He wanted the black to white Carolina piece, so black to Carolina to white. Dylan, this is his piece right here, the cotton candy bubblegum piece. And then Eric ordered a white, 2 whites, navy to orange. He ordered a navy to Carolina blue, and he also ordered the purple to yellow, which is like the Albany colors. And then Mike from Pennsylvania, he ordered the Headstrong blue 8-diamond piece that I already explained in the other video. He ordered a solid black piece on the SS, and he ordered 2 more pieces, black to volt and a black to neon green. The black to neon green is actually a really good piece. I kind of like this almost because it mimics like the Long Island Lizards, and I think I'm going to roll with this one from now on as my MLL Lizard piece. So if you guys want an MLL Lizard piece, $14 for now, yeah, it looks really good. It might look a little dull in the light right here in the camera, but when you see it in person, it pops out really a lot lighter. Just as you can see with the Volt piece, it might look just, you can't really see the neon. I mean, you can see it, but in person it just looks 20 times better. I mean, you can see it in this light, I guess, but it just gets so much brighter. It's just as bright as a Volt Lakota. I mean, I squint my eyes next to it, and it matches up perfectly. So I got Volt down good. It's a mixture of neon yellow and neon green. You have to kind of like test with and get the right proportion with. But once you got it, you have it. So I don't want to turn this into a huge long video, but the last thing I have to say is the mesh prices for DMG mesh and services probably going to be going up a couple bucks due to the fact that last month's credit card bill was kind of out of control. Ordering supplies and me giving out the free string kits, I ended up having to pay a $300 bill for my credit card, and it's taken too much out of the profits where I'm end up having to pay to make the mesh. I never actually told you guys how much profit I actually make, and it's probably about 10% on 10% profit margin, whereas like East Coast and Throne, their profit margins are probably like around like you buy it for $5, you sell it for 10. It might look like that I buy the mesh for $2.50, $3 and stuff like that, and I sell it for $10 for a piece of white, but it also goes into fact that I'm giving the sidewall out, which I buy in huge spools, and the shooting strings were kind of getting a little out of control. I've been paying $40 for shooter spools, and when people buy about 7 to 6 or 7, well, anywhere between 6 to 10 pieces of mesh, I'm throwing 3 shooters in with each piece of mesh, and a lot of people have been asking, do you get a free kit with each piece? And I like to do that for the small orders, but for the big ones, I know you guys all have spools at your house, and I know you have it, and I was getting taken advantage of for a little bit. I know I can understand that, because I know some people made review videos with their own sidewall and stuff, and didn't use some of the stuff that I gave them. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing is bumping up the mesh price from like whites from 10 to maybe 12. Colored pieces from like that are usually 12 or 14. I'm probably gonna bump those up $1 a piece. The string kits, I might bump those up. So if you buy, more than 5 if you buy like one piece, one to 3 pieces, I'll give you, like 4 pieces of sidewall. It can be any color you want, and you'll just have to pay for the shooting strings, because that's just getting out of control. The sidewall doesn't cost me that much, which I'm able to give you that for free, but the shooters are something that it does add up, because I'm getting a lot of orders now, and that's good because you guys are liking the mesh, and I don't want to have to stop. I don't want to have to stop making DMG mesh because I'm not making enough money. But I still want to provide you with a good quality product for a reasonable amount of price, and excuse me. So I still want to be able to do that and still make out even at the end of the month, which last month I didn't. But you know, like my goal, like I said, is to make you guys happy, and that's it. You know, that's my contribution to lacrosse, is making you guys happy. So, and whatever that entails, you know, whether it's might be copying somebody else's idea that they might have got from somebody else, or you know, doing something right after somebody else does something. I don't really consider it copying an idea, because if someone already has it done, someone probably already thought of it, you know, way before that person already did it. So, you know, to each his own. I get about 50 emails a day of people asking me, you know, can you do this to this or that to that? So I get a lot of crazy ideas and stuff, and you know, I mean, I'm thinking always on my own anyway, out of the box on different, you know, ways to do different things. So, you know, I'm not cheating out anybody or anything like that, because, you know, the people that I do take some of the ideas from, you know, they're making really, really good money going on vacations and all that other stuff. So, I mean, I'm not hating or anything, trust me. I'm just, you know, trying to give it to you for a little bit lower price. That's all. So, now you guys know about the somewhat reflection and price change, but I'll make a video on that in the next week or so, once I get all the financials done and I'm able to know what's what. But now you guys know about the sticks, and Ryan's going to get that back tomorrow. I'm going to send the blade out today. I'm sorry, it's going to send out tomorrow. The deuce got sent out today, just so you know, if you're watching this. Ryan, I believe, Sam's friend, down in Plymouth, the deuce got sent out today. UPS picked it up, so that'll probably be at your doorstep tomorrow. And yeah, so I gotta end this video. Getting way too long. I know you guys don't like the long videos, so yeah. So hope you guys liked it and got some info out of this, and I will talk to you guys later. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Anything, ideas, as far as ideas, comments, whatever, just throw them down in the below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Be sure to check out the website. I made some changes. Toss me an email if you need to. Make sure you like the video. I hope you do. Alright guys, peace.